Long night, he asked, his lips curling into a faint, unnatural smile. Yeah, graveyard shift. Never gets easier. He chuckled, a low, guttural sound that made my skin crawl. Be careful out there. You never know what might be lurking. I left in a hurry, the bell above the door jangling behind me. I was halfway to my car when the radio crackled again. Help me! The voice was faint, distorted, but unmistakably human. I froze, my heart hammering. HQ, this is Unit 504. Did someone just broadcast a distress call? No response. I tried my supervisor. Nothing. Curiosity gnawed at me. Against my better judgment, I punched the coordinates into my GPS and set off. The drive took me 45 minutes, deep into the highway forest. The road narrowed until it was barely more than a dirt path. My headlights cut through the thick darkness, revealing gnarled trees that seemed to close in around me. When the GPS announced I'd arrived, I was in the middle of nowhere. I stepped out of the car, gun holstered, flashlight in hand. The silence was unnatural. Not a single insect, not even the rustle of leaves. I radioed again. HQ, this is 504. I'm at the coordinates. What's going on? Static. I took a step forward. The ground was hard beneath my boots, but I couldn't hear my own footsteps. The air felt heavy, oppressive. Then behind me a twig snapped. I spun around, flashlight beam slicing through the darkness. Nothing. Who's there? I called, unholstering my gun. The radio crackled to life again. Help me! The voice was deafening, as if it were screaming directly into my skull. I dropped the radio, clutching my ears. Before I could react, a heavy blow struck the back of my head, and everything went black. I woke up tied to a tree. My hands and feet were bound with rough rope, my head throbbing. The air reeked of damp earth and something metallic. Blood, maybe. 3 hooded figures stood before me, their faces obscured. They whispered among themselves, their voices low and guttural. One stepped forward. Why did you come here? I got a call, a distress call, I stammered. Why are you here? The figure repeated more forcefully. I was just doing my job. Look, killing me won't do you any good. My team knows I'm out here. They'll come looking. They whispered among themselves again. Then one of them nodded. Let him go, the leader said. Another figure stepped forward, cutting my bonds. My legs were weak, but I managed to stand. Take your gun. Leave. Do not come back. I didn't need to be told twice. I grabbed my weapon and stumbled back toward my car. My head swam and my limbs felt heavy, like I'd been drugged. As I made my way down the path, figures began emerging from the shadows. Dozens of them, their faces pale and featureless. Don't come back, they chanted in unison. Don't come back. I reached my car and sped out of there, not daring to look in the rearview mirror. The next morning, I reported everything to my supervisor. He dismissed it as exhaustion-induced hallucinations and put me on paid leave. But I know what I saw. Even now, years later, I